Hey guys, today we're going to be factoring trinomials. We're going to begin by factoring the trinomial 12x squared minus 7x minus 10. Now there are a couple shortcuts if your a term is 1, but the method I'm going to show you today works with all forms of ax squared plus bx plus c, which means any of your terms could have actual values. So we're going to begin by using what I call the X box method. We're going to use the X in the top right. We're going to be using our AC, which is our A term times our C term. That's going to be on the top of the X. So what is 12 times negative 10? It's going to give me negative 20. And then my B term, which is negative 7, goes on the bottom. We're now going to want to find out what multiplies to be negative 120 but adds to be negative 7. That's where the product is on top and the sum is on the bottom. So we want to find those two terms, which we're going to be labeling as m and n. But first, let's find out what are the multiples of negative 120. Well, we have 1 times negative 120 and negative 1 times 120. We find the sum of those, and one adds to negative 119 and the other adds to positive 119. Neither of those is negative 7, so that does not help us. We go to the next set. We can do 2 times negative 60 and negative 2 times 60, which also does not equal negative 7 when added. Then we could try the 3's. 3 times negative 40, negative 3 times 40, doesn't work. Let's go to 4. 4 times negative 30. Negative 4 times 30 also does not add to be negative 7. What about 5? They also do not add to be negative 7. 6 do not add to be negative 7. 8 times negative 15 does equal negative 120, and 8 plus a negative 15 does equal negative 7. So this becomes what I want to use for m and n. So I'm going to place my 8 into the left side and the negative 15 onto the right side. And now I can begin filling out the box form. So we're going to have our 2 by 2 box, and we're going to have the first term of our trinomial in the top left. So that would be a 12x squared. Then we're going to have our last term, which is negative 10, in the bottom right. We have our m and n that we just found, which is 8 and negative 15 are going to go in diagonal boxes. Do not forget to give them the variable. Next, we are going to find the GCF of each column and row. So we're going to find in the 12x squared and the negative 15x, what can be factored out of each of those. We can factor out a 3x. In the second column, what can be taken out of 8x and negative 10? They can both be removed a 2. In the top row, we have 12x squared and 8x. They both can be factored out in 4x. And the negative 15x and the negative 10, they can both be factored out a negative 5. You want to confirm that when these are multiplied back, they do equal what's on the inside. The top, what was factored out, and the side that was factored out become your two polynomials. And that is our solution. Now let's go and see one of the shortcuts if our first and third term are both perfect squares. As you can see, our 4x squared is a perfect square, and our 25 is a perfect square. Perfect square meaning something multiplies by itself to equal it. So we're going to square root both the first and third term. So what is the square root of 4x squared? Well, what multiplies by itself to equal 4 is 2, and x times x equals x squared. So what is going to be the square root of 4x squared is 2x. And what multiplies by itself to give me 25 is 5. The square roots become the first and second term in each binomial. So we're going to have our two binomials. Our first term in each of them is going to be our 2x. And our second term in each of them is going to be my 5. Now looking at our original trinomial, the center term b, which is positive 20x, if that is positive, then both of your binomials are going to have an addition sign between your two terms. If that was a negative 20, it would be a negative in between the two terms. We can write our answer simplified form as a square, and that becomes our solution. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. Hope this helps. Please feel free to subscribe and have a great day.